Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I get a very New Year's kind of makeup look. I know even though we can't really do much for New Year's this year, it's still fun to do your makeup really pretty and get dressed up and take pictures. So why not show you guys how to do a fun makeup look for New Year's? I have a ton of products that I'm going to be using in today's video because, of course, for New Year's, you want your makeup to stay put, you want it to be extra, you want it to be out there, which is exactly what I'm going to give you. So sit down for this one. Before we get into all that though, please make sure to give this video a huge thumbs up for me and subscribe to my channel. We are pretty close to hitting 1,000, so please make sure to subscribe, help me get there, and I think I'm gonna do a giveaway for you guys, so make sure to subscribe. But if you wanna see how I get a fun little New Year's look, then stay tuned for the rest of the video. So first things first, of course, you want to prep and prime your face to make sure that everything is a smooth, perfect, flawless canvas, which is why we're gonna start with the TATCHA Liquid Silk Canvas. This one is just going in the spots where I have pores. By the way, guys, my brows are already done, so I'm gonna try my best to work around them. I just wanted to make sure that I did those off camera because you guys already know how I do my brows. I think I've done it on camera for you guys a few times. And everyone has their own brow technique. So I'm just covering wherever I have pores. We're gonna go pretty hard on the primer for today's video because I really want my makeup looking flawless. So of course, since New Year's is a bougie holiday, we're gonna be using some bougie primers. And for my all over base, I'm gonna be using the Guerlain Meteorites base. This is such a beautiful, amazing, wonderful primer. I love everything about it. It just makes your skin literally look flawless. So we're gonna start with that. And then once that's on, I'm using one more primer, and that is the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. So that one is also going all over my face. Like, I don't want a pore in sight for this kind of event, so 2 pore filling primers if you're as extra as me. And now that we've primed our face, we're priming our eyes too. So for an eye primer, I'm using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Amplifying Eye Primer. And I'm just putting this all over, ooh, my hands are slippery from that primer. I'm putting it all over my lid. Now that we are extremely primed, I'm going to start with my eyes, I think, just because this is a very fancy kind of day. So I want everything to be flawless, which is why I like to start with my eyes now. I'm a changed woman. So I'm just starting with a blending brush. And for my eye look for today, what better palette to use than the Natasha DENONA Gold palette? I feel like this just screams New Year, so I'm gonna listen to it. This is what the palette looks like on the inside. It just has the most beautiful warm tone browns. I know a lot of people like to gravitate towards like silvery eye looks for New Year's, but me personally, I prefer warm kind of tones and like bronzy, goldish, pinkish, center lid shades. So I'm just taking from my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Mini, I'm taking this shade up here and I'm just going all over wherever I put that setting or that primer. Now that I've set myself up for success, now I'm going into that shade and I'm just going into my crease. So after that's done, I'm just going into this shade down here. It's called Teak, which is like the same kind of idea of a shade of brown, just a little bit darker. And I'm just taking the same brush and I'm going over what I did, just not as high up. And then I'm taking a smaller brush like this, and I'm taking this really dark brown right here called Log, and dipping this in there, and I'm going super low into my outer corner and slightly into my crease, but nowhere near as high up as those other two shades were. Perfect. So now that that's done, I'm gonna do my lid, and I think I wanna go into this shade up here, which is called Kava. So this one is just very, very New Year's-y to me. It's like that perfect mix between like a gold and a nude, but it's still super dramatic and beautiful. So I'm literally just taking my finger, swirling it around into here, and just applying to my lid. Now I'm just taking a powder highlighter. This one's from Dose of Colors. It's Fuego from Desi X Katie. I'm just taking that with a small brush and I'm getting that into my inner corner just to really tie all of that together. And now I'm just going back into that setting powder from the Hourglass palette. And I'm going under my brow bone. I have successfully managed to make myself look crazy. So we're gonna take a pause on the eyes and move on to face makeup. Before I start off with foundation, I definitely want this to be an overall kind of glowy and glamorous look. So before I put any kind of coverage on my face, I wanna start with my MAC Strobe cream, and this is in Pinklite. So I'm just taking some of this and applying to my cheeks where I would put highlighter. Bring it up a little bit. It gives you like this really beautiful glow from within. I know I always say that, but that's like my favorite thing in the world. And once I have done that, I'm going into foundation and I'm mixing two foundations together. These are two foundations that just make me feel really bad and beautiful. And that is the Tom Ford Stick Foundation and the Armani Silk Foundation, Armani Luminous Silk. And I'm basically just going over with this first, since it's a stick. Like, I want to make sure my face is flawless. So I'm mixing two very flawless foundations together. And I'm just taking a brush, putting some of my Luminous Silk on there, and I'm just blending all of that in. Once all that's blended in, we're going to conceal all of the points of our face that we want to highlight. So pretty much just give it a little color wherever you want the lighter points of your face. And now that I've concealed, I'm going in with my favorite cream bronzer, which is the Fenty Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Bronzer in Teddy. And I'm just taking my bronzer brush, dipping it in here, and just applying how I would regularly apply bronzer. And after that's done, I'm going to use a liquid blush. And I'm using the Grande Cosmetics Grande Pop Plumping Liquid Blush. What better occasion to plump up your cheeks than New Year's? So I'm going to plump up my cheeks to the max. I'm applying this like I would just any liquid, and then I'm blending it out with a brush. And of course, once that's done, I want to set everything, make sure that none of this moves. But before I set with a powder, I'm going to set with my setting spray, and I'm using the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist all over my face. This setting spray is the best. It doesn't make your face all wet and gross, and it has like the most fine mist, so it's not spitting chunks out at you. It's just the bomb. But the powder that I'm setting with is going to be the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Powder for under eye and face. I'd normally do this with a beauty blender, but I didn't get it wet, so I'm gonna be using my powder brush that I use, and I'm just taking a good amount onto there and going under my eyes, my chin, my nose, my forehead, and right here. While I let that bake on my face for a hot minute, I'm going to take a brush like this. It's kind of like a pencil-y small brush. This is the E5 from Makeup by Mario. And I'm going into this shade down here, which is Teak. And I'm just going underneath right here, my lower lash line. And then into that dark brown log. So once a few minutes have passed, just take that same brush, make sure that any extra residue is off of there, and just wipe away whatever we just set our makeup with. And if you really want to go the extra mile, like I always do, you can take the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder and just lightly go over those areas that you set with the magic powder or your powder of choice. Now our makeup is set to perfection, and we are going to go into powder bronzer, which I'm using my NARS Laguna bronzer with that same brush that I used for the cream bronzer, and I'm just going over that same area. Now that I'm done with my bronzer, I'm taking this blush from the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Mini, and I'm just applying that to my cheeks. And then I think I want to take a liquid highlighter just to give me that extra glow to my cheeks. For today, I'm using the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal, and I'm taking that on to my finger, and I'm just... And then if you really want to be extra, just go over it with a powder highlighter. It's New Year's, so why not? I feel like that makes it look very glassy. So I love doing liquid and then a powder, but a lot of times I'll just do the liquid because it's enough. But it's New Year's, so why not? Now that all that's done, I'm gonna do my liner and my lashes off camera, and then I will be right back. So I did the rest of my liner, my lashes, and I think that was it. For liner, I used my favorite One Size Beauty liner. For mascara, I used the Tarte Maneater mascara that I got in my BoxyCharm box, and I actually really like it. And then for lashes, I used the House of Lashes and Sephora collection in the shade Citrine. They're really pretty. They're like dramatic, but not too crazy, like up to your eyebrows dramatic, which is like the perfect amount for me. I think this really suits my eye shape. And then for eyeliner, like a crayon, I lined my upper and lower lash line, and I just smoked it out using this little brush side of the Makeup by Mario eyeliner. So I just used this side to line, and then this side I smoked out the bottom with, so it gave me like a really pretty like sultry effect, which I absolutely love. Like, you can definitely tell the attention is on my eyes for this look, which is exactly what we wanted. And then the last thing that I'm gonna do is my lips. So for lip liner, I'm using my absolute favorite lip liner of all time, and nothing will ever change that. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, and I'm just lining my lips. And then once I've lined what I wanted to line, I'm taking my Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lipstick, also my favorite, and I'm just filling in my entire lip. I just love these because they're super creamy and they don't move throughout the day, so it's the perfect combo. To give my lips a little bit more of a pop of something, I'm taking my Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in the shade Fussy, and I'm just applying that in the center to make my lips look big and glossy and juicy. And then just go ahead and hit yourself one more time with some setting spray. But that completes my look for New Year 2020 going into 2021. It's gonna be our best year yet, so I'm really, really excited for the new year. And I want to end 2020 with a bang, so it's exactly what I did with my makeup. It's a very dramatic eye, not so much a dramatic lip, but it definitely makes your lips look big and juicy. My face is just glowing and bronzed and everything, so I'm obsessed with this look. But that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed my New Year's look. I hope it was kind of easy to follow along with, but still dramatic enough for an event like that. Again, even though we can't really do much this year, it doesn't hurt to get dressed up and feel beautiful and look beautiful and just take some good pictures at least. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to comment. Let me know what you think about my look. If you love it, let me know. If you don't love it, don't comment. Don't be mean. But comment, just say hi, just say Happy New Year. I also want to wish all of you a Happy New Year. I know we still have a couple days until the day of, but this is a New Year video, so of course I want to wish you guys a Happy New Year. I hope all of you have a 2021 that is filled with love, happiness, success, just all the most amazing things in the world. I have confidence that 2021 is going to be an amazing year for all of us. So I want to stay optimistic, stay hopeful that 2021 is going to be our year, you guys. So comment. Make sure to give this a thumbs up for me for New Year's. Get us in the New Year's spirit. Make sure to share with your friends, and please subscribe to my channel. Like I said, I'm so close to 1,000 and I really want to hit it in the near future so I can do a little giveaway for you guys. So subscribe, stay tuned, and I will see you in the next video.